In this tutorial, I'm going to look at some basic operations on vectors. And to do that, I'm going to use the vectors which are appearing on the right there for illustration. So the first step there is to enter the vectors, the u and the v. So I'll enter my u. So I put the u there, then colon, and then open square brackets, then enter the entries of the vector u there. We are having a 2, and then comma, and then a 1, and then comma, and then a -1. And then I press Shift Enter. So that's the vector u there. And we now go on to entering the vector v. So I'll put my v, colon, and then open the square brackets there. And then we have a 1 divided by 2, a 1 over 2, comma, then a 2 over 3, comma, and then a -1 over 4. Then Shift Enter. So we have the vector v there is 1 over 2, 2 over 3, -1 over 4. I now go on to the first question there, the u plus v. So just type in u and then plus v, then Shift Enter. So the sum of those two vectors there is 5 over 2, 5 over 3, -5 over 4. When you combine vectors, we just add the corresponding elements. I now move on to question number 2, u minus v. U minus v there, then press Shift Enter. And the result there is 3 over 2, 1 over 3, -3 over 4. And that's the difference of those two vectors. I now go on to question number 3 there. We are multiplying the vector u by a scalar 3. So we have 3, then the times which is on the num block there, then u. I press Shift Enter, and the result that we get there is 6, 3, -3. Remember that when you are multiplying a vector by a scalar, we multiply all the elements of that vector by the scalar. So in this case, we multiplied the 2, 1, -1 by the 3, and the result there was the 6, 3, -3. I now move on to the fourth question there, the inner product of u and v. For the inner product of u and v, I'll type in my u, and for the inner product, we use the dot, the one that we use is a full stop, so it will be dot v. So that dot there is the one that we use as a full stop there. Then I press Shift Enter. Then we have the inner product of u and v is 23 divided by 12. Then I'll now go on to question number 5 there for the cross product. For the cross product, by default, is not loaded in Maxima. So we'd have to load the package of vectors. So it's load. Then we are looking at the package VECT. That's the package which will enable us to evaluate the cross product of those two vectors. So I press my Shift Enter there, and the package has been loaded now. So I will now go on to find the cross product of the two vectors there. So after loading the package, now go on and evaluate the cross product of those two vectors. So for the cross product, we need to type in express, and then open parenthesis. We are looking at now the cross product of the vectors u and v. U, and then you put in tilde, then v. And then I press Shift Enter, and it gives us the result there is 5 over 12, 0, 5 over 6. So for the cross product, type in express u tilde v. So that's the cross product there of u and v. I now move on to the last question there of normalizing u. When we are normalizing u, we divide that vector u by the square root of the inner product of u and u. So in this case, what you are looking for is u. Then we are saying we are dividing it by the square root. So for square root is SQRT, open parenthesis, the square root of the inner product of u and u. So it's u, and then the dot. We said for the inner product, we use the one that we use for the full stop, and dot u. So that's how we normalize the u there, then press Shift Enter. So when we normalize the u, we get the vector there, 2 divided by square root of 6, 1 divided by square root of 6, minus 1 divided by square root of 6. So that's the solution there.